have an unknown, Zulu 445. CD.
Visual initiating.
Roger, understand a launch from the Soviet Union.
Roger.
Roger, understand site report valid, enter valid, and stand by for sync NORAD assessment.
Good, enter the valid.
Sir, the valid is in the system.
General, at this time, we have indications of a launch from the Soviet Union. The site report is valid.
NORAD bound. NORAD bound. Surveillance. Surveillance.
Copy.
Sir, we have another unknown in the system.
National Security Advisor since early this morning. There's still no word yet on what, if any, retaliatory action might be taken against the Soviet Union.
Throughout the day, this situation is unfolding very rapidly.
Indicate there has been a dramatic shakeup among the top Soviet military leaders.
There has been a nuclear explosion in West Germany, and Putin has just lost all satellite communication with Europe.
This is Daniel Shaw at the White House. The sirens have just gone off all over Washington, as you can probably hear. There is every indication that something has gone terribly wrong. There is a tremendous amount of activity going on at the White House, but I'm unable to convey to you any of what's going on. Nobody...
West Berlin, 1989. A half city of over 2 million people and an outpost of the West situated 100 miles behind the Iron Curtain. It is surrounded by the communist state of East Germany and sealed off from its neighbors by the infamous Berlin Wall. Here, in the heart of a divided Europe, will unfold the events that ignite the Third World War. Behind the facade of its status as a military superpower, the Soviet Empire faces a deep political and economic crisis. Within the Kremlin, a fierce debate rages between those who dream of turning back the clock and those like Mikhail Gorbachev who are responding to the winds of change.
We're talking about massive scale reforms, not details. If we don't plug into the people, if we don't listen to them, we'll never solve this country's problems. If we don't reform our political system, perestroika won't work. We can't solve our problems with old solutions.
Meanwhile, in East Germany, discontent with the hardline communist regime of Erich Honecker is growing more vocal. The East German secret police, the Stasi, are unleashed on the demonstrators. In September, thousands of East Germans, fed up with life under communism, stormed the West German embassy in Prague, seeking asylum. Before the exodus is halted, over 20,000 East Germans make their way to the West.
Ich will gar nicht bestreiten, dass wir damals ernste gesellschaftliche Probleme hatten. Nur als wir gerade dabei waren, Lösungen zu erarbeiten, da kam der Genosse Gorbatschow daher, zum 40. Jahrestag der DDR. Der Zeitpunkt war natürlich denkbar ungünstig. Es war doch ganz offensichtlich, dass er vor allem diese Unruhen angeheizt hat. Seine Anwesenheit macht alles nur noch schlimmer.
Many in East Germany have pinned their hopes on Mikhail Gorbachev to set the communist leadership on the path to reform. The Soviet Party leader is seen as their last and only hope. At this critical moment, Gorbachev's international political influence is on the line. Erich Honecker, like most of the aging leadership in Eastern Europe, remains lost in the old communist rhetoric of the past.
Da sich die Deutsche Demokratische Republik an der Westgrenze der sozialistischen Länder in Europa als Wellenbrecher gegen Neonazismus und Chauvinismus bewährt. Wie die Sowjetunion, die uns befreit hat, wird die Deutsche Demokratische Republik zum Jahr 2000 diese Schwelle mit der Gewissheit überschreiten, dass nur dem Sozialismus die Zukunft gehört.
Und das alles nur, weil wir friedlich demonstrieren. Wir wollen nichts Schlechtes. Wir wollen hier was.
Я думаю, опасности только подстерегают тех, кто не реагирует на жизнь.
Ich glaube, Gefahren warten nur auf jene, die nicht auf das Leben reagieren.
А тот, кто воспринимает импульсы жизни, общества и трансформирует их в соответствующую политику,
aufgreift und dementsprechend seine Politik gestaltet,
того трудности не должны пугать. Это нормально.
der dürfte keine Angst vor Schwierigkeiten haben. Das ist eine normale Erscheinung.
Спасибо, до свидания.
Dankeschön. Wiedersehen.
These images of Gorbachev's departure from East Berlin are the last the world will ever see of him. His ultimate personal fate is not known.
This is Radio Moscow. Following his return from celebrations in East Berlin, General Secretary Gorbachev has retired from office for reasons of ill health. In accordance with the wishes of Comrade Gorbachev, an emergency plenary session of the Central Committee has handed over leadership to Comrade General Vladimir Soshkin.
Mr. President, do you know who is actually in? What do you believe the motivation is, sir, behind the coup? Why did they remove him?
We don't know that. We don't know that. Clearly, some of the hardliners have been concerned about the rapidity of reform. They've been concerned about the demise of the Communist Party per se, and I think they've also been concerned about the Soviet economy. But I've said over and over again that we did not want to see a coup backed by the KGB and the military, and apparently that is what is underway.
There have been violent street battles in Moscow throughout the night. Opponents of the coup have fought back bravely with rocks and Molotov cocktails. They are no match, however, against the heavily armed forces of the Soviet Interior Ministry, the so-called Black Berets. It is unknown how many people have been killed or wounded, but local hospitals are reporting hundreds of casualties.
By dawn, the Soviet army has seized control of the city. All opposition is driven underground. The fate of the Soviet Empire is now in the hands of one man, General Vladimir Ilyanovich Soshkin.